So I'm just using the colors that I always use, my primary colors of red, yellow, and blue, and I have some burnt umber and white there for now. So all I'm going to do right now is, as you can see, I have reused my canvas. I painted over what I had underneath. I'm going to put a tape on there that's a little under halfway. I'll just make sure it's a bit straight. It's better, I think. And so if you're reusing a canvas, you can put white on or gesso. And I am going to take this is kind of a nylon brush, and it's an inch, and depending on the size of your canvas, mine's a 16 by 20, so you need a bigger brush. So here, what you can do is you can put on white first, which is kind of nice, and that way you can put on your blue on top of your white. So you can put white on first, like this. And then when you get it started, then you can start putting on some blue. And as you put on your blue, see, that will blend in beautifully with your white. Alright? So a lot of people have a problem with getting their paint to move and to blend. So you can do it this way, or you can use magic white or whatever you want to use, okay? But this is also a good way to do it. Put white on first and then blue over. Now you can do it again, put some more white on. I still have a dirty brush, which is good. Okay, that's fine. If you do have any magic mist or magic white on hand, you can use it. I might mist it. I'm finding it's a little bit dry. It dries a little faster, so I'm just going to mist it a little bit with my magic mist. I'll mist it up a little bit first, and that will help. So now I'm going to put white on again. Now if you don't have magic mist or magic white, just mist it with water. Okay, there we go. Nice. See how nicely it's blending though? Just using white and a little bit of mist. Put on white first, even on your dirty brush. Dip into the white, and then your blue. If you want to add a little tiny bit of red to that, just kind of give it a nice, yeah, there we go. See, that little bit of red gives it kind of a nice little bit of a hint of color to your sky. It's pretty, isn't it? See, there we go. Not so bad. Pretty. Now all you need to do now is, because your brush is really dirty, is just use white. There we go. See, and how much, because you got some blue on your palette, which you've seen me pick up. So just concentrate on dipping into the white, even if there is some blue there in on your palette or on your brush. Alright, so that way you don't have to worry about, oops, I put blue in my paint. You didn't. You just added more white than blue. See? Nice. I'll put some clouds there too now. Clean up any edges that you think you need. Pretty. Just going to add a little bit of red to my blue, and then white. I want to get it a bit darker than that though. I'm going to add some more blue. Get a little bit of a shadow color. Good. Just going to take that and make some lines for clouds. Alright, just kind of make that into shadows for clouds. Alright, just see what happens. Good. Now clean your brush off, just in a piece of tissue paper. Just clean it off like that. And then just clean up that edge there if you can. Just kind of smooth it out on the edge there. See, just a little, see how it softens it up? Just kind of using the corner of my brush and smoothing very gently, smoothing out that edge there. Right, now let's take a bristle brush. I'm just taking a bristle brush. It's size 10, but you can take any brush you want, okay? Make sure it's clean. Put some paint on the corner if you want, and tap on top of those shadows. Now you can wait for that to dry, if you'd rather, because I'm finding that if you put it on top when it's wet, it'll blend in, and then you'll end up having, just tap at that, tap at where the shadow is, see, and that you'll get shadow plus the cloud. All right, but if it was dry, your white would stay brighter. So just tap, tap, tap on top of that dark, that shadow. All right, see that? And now as that dries, we'll come back and highlight it. So let's just tap on those shadows, tap, tap, tap. Make your cloud go up and down and out. You know, you don't want your clouds to be a straight line. Okay. Reload, and in the corner of your brush, and then tap, tap, tap. Go right up and down. You know, just make some nice little cloud types. All right. So there. That's okay. A little bit of a cloud in the sky. That's kind of nice. Let's take a small flat brush, synthetic, chisel edge, see, chiseled, and go into your burnt umber, and with the chiseled edge, stand up on the chiseled edge. Let's make a tree. Let's make a tree maybe here. So you can start off, and then as you come down, you can push. I need more paint. And like I say, it'd be better if your background is dry. That way you'll be able to get your brown on there without it turning a light color. Alright, good. Let's decide where else we want a tree. So we may want a little house or cabin here, cottage or something. And then we'll make some more trees. Let's do another tree maybe here. Maybe there's one here. Touch and pull down. A little bit of a bigger one there. Maybe some more. So you can put them wherever you want. So we'll have some little bushes and things going on here. It's a little house and some more little trees and things. I haven't decided yet. Okay. So blow dry or let your painting dry, and then because you want the trees trunks to stand up more than that, you're going to need to be dry so that you can get a nice dark trunk. I did blow dry it. So we'll wait for that to dry, and then we will add the trunks, make nicer trunks. Maybe there's a smaller tree here. Just want to get something on there, that's all. There's a smaller tree here. Maybe this one's a little bigger. All right. Good. So mix up a green color. I'm just going to use my blue and yellow. It's a pretty color. A little bit darker. Maybe a little bit of red to tone it down a little bit. And I'm going to make a few little bushes in between those trees. A bush there. See, I'm opening up. It's a size 10 bristle. So what I'm going to do is add little bushes. All right. And our house is going to probably go around here, so we can add extra bushes if we want to after. Right now we just want to put a few bushes around. Reload. Try to get them a little bit dark so you do one and then you move over and do another one. That way they get separated and different heights. Don't want everything to be the same, right? And if we need more, we will come back and put more in. See? Get a liner brush. Now, get a couple of different ones because some work better than others, and I find that the longer the liner brush, the better it is. And take your liner brush and dip it in water, and then it's pretty wet, and then roll it around in your burnt umber. Roll it around, try to get a pointy edge. Okay, whoops, there we go. Oh, the more water you have on your brush, the easier it is to pull out. Okay, so my camera was, I thought I was recording, but I wasn't, so I have to show you again. So that's okay, because you can see what I'm doing. I'm just taking these, I'll clean this up here a little bit. And you come off like this, make it a little thicker, and then you lift up and you bring out these nice little branches like this. Just pull out each branch. And you might say, why or how do you know where to do it? And all you got to do is think about what shape of a tree you want. So this is really to help you shape up your tree, okay? So you just take them out like that. Take it out. Pull out and out like that, and out like that. And if you want your tree to be a bit longer or further out, you just take out another longer branch. So depending on how big you want your tree, what way you want it to shape it, these branches are going to help you shape up your tree, okay? And you should be able to see some of these when you put your leaves on. You should be able to still see some of these branches. Alright, so I'll just take some branches. Right, let's put on as many as you want. So that's all these here. Good. So you want your tree a little bit, I don't know, a little bit bigger, you just pull out some more branches. See, now that tree is going to be having leaves. The leaves are going to follow the tree. It makes it so much easier to get a nice tree. Now you can almost leave your trees like that if you wanted to. It could be you can make a day that there's no leaves on the tree. It's the season. But I'm going to put leaves on there. I want to make a nice scenery of cabin and I don't know, just a pretty little scene. Now just take a bristle brush. This one is a size 10 again, and bristle is so much better for pouncing and for foliage and trees and things. So I'm going to wipe it off my tissue so it's not too wet because it just came out of water. I always put them back in the water when I'm finished, and so I'm going to tap it off in my hand when it's clean. And then I'm going to spread them open, and then I'm going to tap into my paint. So the same as when you made your green for, like I said, you can use sap green, okay? You can use sap green, add a little bit of red to it. I'm just going to make my own green with green, blue and yellow and a little bit of red. And because I want the leaves to be a little dark at first, just to get them started, okay? And so the brush is nice and wide. So now you're going to use those branches to help you put on and decide where you want your leaves. See? So just tap on those. There. Turn your brush a little bit sometimes when if you're not getting really nice, you know, when you tap, if it looks strange or it doesn't look like it's what you're looking for, then move your brush around or get another brush. Depends, you know, I don't know what way your brush is going to work, but tap on the edges of those first. That's what they're there for, okay? See that? See, it's a bit easier to make your tree, give it a good shape when you got the big start, and then you can move in around the center a little bit too. All right, good. So there, and then you can put some leaves on this one here. A couple little thick ones there, which is nice, because you want to make them a little different if you want. You can bring them down a little bit in the center. When we do our highlights, that will fill it in a bit more too, right? Okay, so you got a bit more here. Good. Try not to push too hard, but sometimes you might push a little bit hard, but not too. Just starting off, just go lightly. Right? Just tap, tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. All right. Tap, 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 tap. Good. Now I probably could have came up a bit further with that, with those. Right? So I want to get this a little fuller up here. Maybe I could put some up here. Lose my cloud there now, hey. That's alright, we're going to do some highlights on that. That will thicken it up again. And over here, same thing. Got a little bit here. Using those branches to get the shape of my tree. See that? So much easier to get shapes of trees when you do this. Just following the, tapping over those branches really helps a lot. Good. Good. Nice. Now I'm going to take my magic brush, as I call it. It's 1 inch. It's a chip brush, really. All the supplies that I'm using I have in my Amazon shop. So I'm going to dip this in yellow. And I'm going to see that little bit of green that's there. I'm going to tap that in. I want to, not totally yellow, I still want some green. And I'm going to highlight some of those trees. So I'm going to say the sun is coming in from the right. So I'm going to put more of the yellow color on that side. Good. Good. Nice. And over here. The sun's coming in, it might hit off this part here, I think. It's hard to tell when you're not there, hey? Still nice to layer your paint anyway, because it brings out your trees more. Leave some of the darks there. Good. It's pretty. Same with your there we go. Nice little highlights. Nice. So you can layer them a few times just to thicken them up, right? The more layers, as long as you can layer them without losing all your colors. You don't want one big blob, you know what I mean? You want to be able to layer on top of each other so that it looks layered but not blobbed. But that got a little bit of a blob there. See, and it's kind of like you, when you layer them, they get thicker, but they're nice shapes. See, because of those, because we did those branches, right? Nice, isn't that cool? I'm going to add the house last, and there's no rhyme or reason. It's just I want to. Okay, so now I'm going to do the foreground. So we got that, and now we'll do the foreground, and then we put a little house or a little cabin or something there. If you want to add a little more highlights to your clouds, so see you've got the clouds coming through the trees there, isn't that kind of nice? If you want to remember I said we could highlight the clouds after it dries, and then you can just tap over what you already did. You don't want to lose them, right? But you want to brighten them up a little bit. So let's just tap the corner of your Bristle brush or whatever brush you want to use. It doesn't matter, right? And that brings them out a bit more. See? Just tap on the corner of your brush there. So, yep. This here, so I gotta fix up the trunks of the trees. So just things that, you know, we're going to do. We just want to get it together right now, get it started. And then anything that we need to adjust, we can do it anytime in the painting. All right, we can do those trunks now, or we could do it when we put the house in. So right now I'm going to leave it as it is for now, because I want to see, I find that the more you do, the easier it is to make adjustments. So I have a flat, it's not a chiseled edge, it's more of a nylon brush. It's 3/4 of an inch, but you can use an inch or half an inch or any synthetic brush, any brush really at all that's flat, okay? We just want to put on something here, just some color. So all we need to do, I want to make kind of a creamish color. I'm going to make yellow and some burnt umber, and I'm going to add white. And then I'm going to get a nice yellowish creamy color. A little more burnt umber. So when you're happy with the color, then you can do all this down here. We want to make it nice and cheerful today. Alright, so just add more white. Remember how I told you put on the white first and then you can put on those colors? Well, you can do that here too. So you can just go into only white on a dirty brush, because we already used it, and just put on white, and then that will make it blend and spread out better. Alright, so lots of white. And then we can add our cream color that we made, or yellowish, creamish color, okay? So you want to keep it nice and bright anyway. Yep, there we go. And if you need to mist it, because I'm using a bigger canvas, the paint dries faster, so I'm just going to mist it a little bit with my magic mist. I have the recipe for magic mist. I think I'll have a link for that for you, so you can make your own. See, now that's moving much faster there now, much better. I'm going to add more white. I'm going to add more burnt umber. I'm trying to get more of a creamy color. Burnt umber and yellow and white. Like a blue and everything mixed in that now. Green. I don't care. I love color. It's not too bad, sure. Look at that. Oh, that's better. That's what I was looking for. So see how I'm just putting it in with the yellowish color that I did? That's okay. That's what I want. I don't want it to be totally perfect yellow or cream, or I love making colors that, I don't know what you call them, marble look, or different values of one color. Isn't that nice? See? Right? Just whatever's on your palette. I'm even getting some green mixed in there, which is kind of nice, you know. I see that, you know. So let your palette mix your colors. That's nice. Look at that. Oh, I got some green and everything going on there. Well, this is going to be a grassy area, so grass has all kinds of colors in them. There we go. Nice. Now, the reason I had a bit of a time trying to get that to dry is because I used my magic mist, and magic mist helps keep the paint wet longer so you can blend, so you can have lots of time to blend. But the only thing is, if you want it to dry fast, you have to use a hair dryer or wait for it to dry, which I don't mind. It's worth it because you get a beautiful blend. See? It's pretty. Just scrubbing at that edge there so that it doesn't look like a line. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I like the way that little bit of dark came out. I'm going to put some more burnt umber in here. I just put a little bit of burnt umber on my brush. Just kind of letting that blend in with that other colors I put there. That's nice, isn't it? Paths. I'm just going to use my the same brush I use. I'm going to put some burnt umber on just so I can get an idea which way I want my path. So I'm thinking that the house door is going to be there, and then we're going to just take it a path, maybe turning this way, coming out, maybe turning this way. I like to have a nice wide path. We can adjust it as we go along. I think this one might be a little bit too sharp. So at least we have something there for a path. We get a little bit of texture to our grass. And we'll put some yellow together. Same, you know, some burnt umber. So yellow and burnt umber and a little bit of white. And then we can tap on some grass. Now, what works even better is a fan brush. I find a fan brush gives you really nice grass, and try that too. Just try to get a bit of texture for your grass, see? So you don't have to be fussy, you can just tap, tap, tap. And if you don't have a fan brush, just use your flat bristle. Just tap, tap, tap. See? See how you're getting more texture with the fan brush. Yellow and burnt umber. If you don't have burnt umber, use brown, dark brown, and yellow. There we go. There we go. I need more yellow and a bit of white. So that's all I'm doing is getting texture. Now you can leave it the flat color like you do, like it is, if you want. I kind of like that little bit of texture. You can see I'm not doing anything particular. I'm just tap, tap, tapping away. My brush is kind of pushing in like that. Now what I want to do is I want to tap on some grassy area around here so that we have a little bit of grass going on. So I'm just going to use my bristle brush. Whenever you're tapping, have something bristle, a bristle brush, okay? Use your green, sap green, whatever color you want to use, and you're going to tap on a little bit of grass going on around these little edges here. Good. Now you can use this tutorial just for an inspiration. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. If you want to add different things here, rocks, or if you'd rather use rocks or something else, you know, whatever you like to do. Good. And we can also add some green going on here. So we have some nice flowers and things going on there. Yep. And we'll do the other side. That'll give us some nice green grass for some flowers and things that we might put there. Make sure your green is nice and dark so we can use it for a background for shadows and things. Okay, nice and dark. Good. You might need a smaller brush. I'm going to add a little bit of grass coming in through here just to say that there's a little bit of grass in here also. A little bit of grass in the center here. Just tapping. I'll make it a little wider as I get down the bottom just because it's getting closer to you, so it's widening out here. That's nice. Nice. Gotta make sure I get enough shadows going on there. I want to make sure that grass is nice and dark in places. Better. So over here. Just take a flat brush and add some lights to this here, just so that we can clean up these edges here. I'm going to clean them up a bit and then pull them in towards here and use them for shadows. There we go. There you go. Same with here. A bit of weight on your brush. Just clean up that edge there. Just want to clean up those edges, and now we can use them for shadows, like I said. Just go horizontal. It's kind of nice. It gives it, you know, more this texture in paintings, makes it really nice. That paint is still wet, so I can drag that over into the ground, into the pathway. Gives a kind of a dirty, grassy look. Some highlights if you want. It's got all kinds of goodies here. I'm just playing around. See what looks good. If you don't like it, you don't have to keep it there. Just go back over it with your colors, your yellows and greens, whatever you want to. It's kind of thrown in a few extra things there just to see what it will look like. It's not too bad. I'm going to smooth it out a little bit more. There you go. It's kind of nice. Kind of nice. So just trying to see where I would like to have maybe some flowers or something here. I'm not sure. It's kind of nice. I'm going to drag it up a little bit there, just kind of, let's see. So make sure you got your liner brush, lots of white and green, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. Good. Make your green, yellow, white, to the left, to the right. They're nice, aren't they? That white really helps get them to move so you can see them. It's kind of nice. All right, so now we want to add a few little flowers, and our chip brush is wonderful for making flowers that I've been showing you in all my videos. I'm just going to dip into pure red. Look at that. Now I'm going to spread it out a little bit. What I'm going to do is show you when you dip into here, if that opens up, that's great, because you don't want to get blobs like that, right? You want to get it so it separates. See how it separates? So you just test it out on something, and then when you like what you see, that's what's going to come out on your canvas. So I'm going to pretend we get some nice little flowers. Put some dots of red here and here. See, look, it'd take you hours to do a couple little flowers, right? If you did it individually. So we'll just do, right, look at that. I mean, that's pretty easy, isn't it? Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? Look at that. Reload whenever you need to. You got all these pretty flowers going on there. I'll put some other colors in there if you want. You can dip into your yellow or your white to make pink ones. Alright, so I just left my brush dirty and I just threw on a few extras there, like that. Like that. This brush does magic. Just look. You'd be all day trying to get those shapes, wouldn't you? How pretty is that? So, if you want just some white ones there, just clean off your brush and then dip into white. Just some white. Okay, my brush is still a little bit dirty, but I don't mind. Where can I put the white ones? Let's see. I don't know, anywhere. Anywhere at all. Just these little taps. Just a little tap. You don't need to push too hard. Your brush will do all the work for you. Very pretty. Okay, I'm going to leave it. I don't want to overdo it. So now I'm going to attempt the house. Make it very simple. I'm just going to make a square. So I want the door to be here. So I can make the door first if I want to. Alright, so make the door. I'm using chalk because if I make a house I don't like, I can always get rid of it. So I'm just going to make a door like that. Alright, that's the door. Oh, I got blue on blue. How can you see that? Let's try pink. Make sure you can see it. No. Sometimes it's hard to get proper chalk. Okay, we'll use this. This is pastel stick. So you use chalk because it's easier to wipe off. And then I'm going to say the house is probably this here. Now you can measure it out if you like. And up here and up here. And then the roof, I'm going to make a roof. I'm going to bring this up here like this. And this one up like this. Okay, so you bring your lines diagonally in and then just grab it there, and then we'll have like that. Hope you can see that. So we can take the door, maybe we have a window over here. A window there, maybe a window here. Try to make them a little about the same. And I'm going to have that, I like that piece sticking out there like that. And I'm going to have some more trees and bushes around here, okay? The house looks pretty big. It's supposed to be far away, so you can make it smaller. But I need to make it a little bigger so you can see it. But if you make the house smaller, the smaller you make the house, the more distant it will look, okay? This one here looks pretty close. It looks like it's pretty a big mansion or something. Who knows? I mean, you could even add a piece on over here if you wanted to. I'm just going to make it simple. So let's just start filling in the colors we want. So I'm just going to give it kind of a reddish roof. Add a little bit of red and a little bit of burnt umber together and just kind of put something on here so we can get it started. I'm just using a flat brush. Now remember, you can use tape if you want to make your lines really straight. Oops. I'll use some tape. There we go, that's better. That helps a lot. Alright, that should help. I'm adding, like I said, I'm adding my burnt umber or brown to my red, just to give it a darker red. should come out this way like this. There we go. I need some tape to the top part there yet. I think I will. I think I will need some tape to the top part. All right. So I'll just fill that in up here. See if that tape helps. There we go. Let's take the tape off now and see if that's helping. Oh, yeah, it helped. Bled a little bit, but that don't matter because I'm going to be painting the house. Bled a little bit up here. I don't know why that. Sometimes it happens. Decided to paint the house gray and have some hot chocolate and marshmallows. So I'm going to make a gray color, a light gray. So more white than black. All right, and make a gray color. Just fill that in with gray. There we go. Trying to make little bricks and things. So I'm going to do the door and windows after. I was going to do the door and windows first and work around it, but this may be much easier. Yeah. So if you plan ahead, then you will if you plan ahead, you will avoid changing your mind through a painting. But even if you do plan ahead, there's times that you still change your mind on doing things. Because you're progressing and you're seeing what looks good, what you thought might look good. All right, so you can certainly plan ahead, but it doesn't always mean that you're going to keep it that way. All right, let's see what we can do with this. Go put a shadow under there. So that's kind of gray. Trying to put a little, like a stone house. Let's see. So let's try a round brush. You can try a small flat brush too if you want. So I'm going to put black on my brush and a bit of white. See if I can make a few little. Are they going to be random? There we go. You don't want them in a straight line either. You want to be kind of all over the place. It's just a stone house that are made of stones that are put on there, like not even, but they're just, you can make some bigger ones and smaller ones. And as you can see, I just put black on one side and I put a bit of white on the other side, and I just touching with my round brush. I'm just touching and pulling a little bit depending on how big and small I want the rock. Do you remember we did a waterfall with a rock wall? Well, this is basically the same. Okay. Make some bigger than others. And you can do pretty quick too. You don't have to worry about them being, oh, that one's too big or that one's too small. Just pretty random. And the beauty of this is you can do this, and if you don't like it, you can paint over it and do whatever kind of house you want. For the video, I'm trying to do this to see what it comes out like. And if I don't like it, I'll just erase it and I will come back and do something else. Try to keep them horizontal. Looks cute. I'm going to make some bigger and darker. So there we got some bricks, some stones. There we go. And we can also add little bits of highlight on some of them. Tap a little bit of white here and there. Just putting little bits of white on top of some of those to bring them out. Okay, so let's put in a door. So I'm going to put in white. I got a nice mess here now. I'm going to put in some white, a little bit of blue, I'm afraid I'll get too much, see, because see how easy it is to get too much. So I add more white. I'm just going to fill up my square flat brush, and I'm going to make a door. Adorable. So I'm thinking that's where the path is, right here. So that's a Filbert brush. That kind of gives that nice little round top there, doesn't it? It's a big enough door. It's cute, isn't it? Now, let's brighten up a little bit with some white. I'm going to go back to the blue again. So you can put white on first and then the blue if you like, but I'm just trying to experiment with the shadows here now. Put a little shadow. I'm going to put maybe the shadows on after I get the rest of it done, because it's hard to know where the shadows are going to look nice. Maybe a little bit here just to see. Scrape it a little bit. I'll see. I'm just going to just leave that there like that just for now, just to see what I want to do. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use burnt umber. So on my flat brush, I'm going to make sure your brush is flat. The filbert is good, but a flat, straight across would be much better. Be easier to work with. So, but I do like the filbert for making that nice little round top. Isn't that cute? So I'm going to take the burnt umber, and I'm going to make it here. Now you can use tape to tape it off if you feel that you need it. See, my hand kind of likes to jump around a little bit. So there we go. Come on, a little bit there, a little bit there. Make it a little bit bigger up here. And then I'm going to add a little bit of white to my brush, my dirty brush. And I'm going to lay that on top of there, but only on top so I can leave a bit of the bottom there dark. So a bit of white. If it's too much brown, I'll just wipe it off and add more white, okay? Try to get that top there. Just try to get that go. Leave that for now. So I want to keep those nice and dark here. Oops. Oops. I went into my rocks. Oh well. This is where your tape comes in handy. Okay. And now we get a little round brush. Get your burnt umber on top of your little round brush. Make sure there's not too much water dripping off it. A little round brush with a pointy tip, so we can put a little doorknob or something in there. There's a doorknob. Maybe there's a lock up here or something. And maybe a mailbox. And maybe a little knock knock. Is anybody home? Little decorations on the door. There we go. some burnt umber on again. Pull it over here, probably for a little step. Small flat brush, and we will probably, I'm just wondering if that's too wide. And then we will add some white to our brush. Clean off your brush and then add white. You'll probably get a beige color because the brush is still a bit dirty. And then lay that lighter color up here. Make it look like a step. I need to lighten it up a bit more. Okay, good. Now get your bristle brush. I have a round bristle brush here. I don't use rounds very much, but I should show them to you because I have a flat one. These are bristle. And I don't use them very much, but I should use them because you might be able to use them for something. Let's try it with, push it out still, okay, just try to separate. Always, with bristles, always try to separate the bristles. Just try to open them up a bit, okay? Just try to open them up so you can get them, see? And if you can get that open, that'd be wonderful. So you can get your green color. Okay. Okay, get your green color. Now, sometimes when your brush is brand new, these will come off, all right? Doesn't mean your brush, because your brush is cheap or anything like that. It's just that some of these brushes, they do tend to shed more than they should. This one's shedding a lot, actually. So I might have some trouble with it. But you can always wash it and dry it, and that will take most of them out if you have a problem like that. So I got dark green, and I'm going to decide where I want my green. So I'm going to put, that's pretty cool. It's pretty good. All right. House here. Just make sure your green is nice and dark. And put some here. That's why I don't use round brushes too much. I don't feel like I have enough control over them, you know? So I'm going back to my flat brush. Let's see if that helps. It's really hard to find a really good brush though, you know? But I find the bristle flats are really good. It's a bristle flat there now. And I'm going to go around the house. I'm going to go around the door. enough paint here. Dark green. I'm going to go around the house. As if the flowers are just growing around the house. Like that. Coming up here a little bit. Here we go. Pretty. Okay. Now, I want to get a window right here. We'll get the window in, so I'm just going to put a dark blue, ultramarine blue window. So I'll put dark blue on my flat brush, small flat brush. Alright, small flat brush. So I have lots of brushes available, at least 3 sizes of small, medium, or large flat chiseled edge synthetics, and liner brushes and fan brushes, you know, have enough small, medium, large. Now a window, what kind of window do we want? Let's see, maybe, because we got a lot of space over here, maybe we could have it here, maybe, I don't know, let's see what happens. Okay, we need more paint. We'll make it nice and wide. Going to see if I can get that straight. Like I said, you're going to need something to help you. The flat brush is great for making straight lines, so there we go. That's not bad, is it? I think. What do you think? Is it crooked? All right. Clean your brush. Clean your brush and put white on there. Lighten that up. There you go. You could even probably put a couple little curtains on the side there, maybe just to make it look like, see, we got those white lines there, now you can just put a couple of lines there to make it look like there might be some curtains or something in the windows. Go. Maybe there was another window here because peeping out through the little tree that's there. So we'll just put one here as if there. Right, because it's got to make some sense. And then we're going to put some flowers on our grass, not trees. So use your bristle brush and then dip into red. When you dip into red, tap it off so that you see what you're getting. So you don't want blobs like that. But you do want, oh, oops. Okay, so you don't want blobs like that. You want separated a little bit like that, right? So let's see. We got some nice reds there going on. All right. Good. And add a bit of white, pink it up a little bit. Some pink ones there also. Pretty flowers. And what else? Maybe some yellow ones. You can have yellow if you want, orange, whatever color flowers you want. Clean off your brush, even if there is some red left on, it's okay. And then dip into your yellow. And we'll put some yellow ones in there too. I'm going to add a bit of white to my yellow to brighten them up. Pretty. And add some more white to my brush just to brighten up even more. A few little white ones. I always find that white really brings everything out. Cute. Let's put some of the flowers, more red ones, probably coming down over the door a little bit. Just brighten up those reds a little bit more. Still using my bristle brush, I'm just going to highlight some of those bushes there with some yellows. Make this move over a little bit if you want. Probably going on top of that window there a little bit. So the house needs a chimney, so I'm going to put just burnt umber. Pick a spot for your chimney. I'm just going to throw it here where I made that mess. just a little bit of a highlight on the edge there with some white paint. Just put a little bit of lighter color on the edge and just pull in. That's not light enough, just get a little bit more lighter. Maybe some yellow with a bit of white. And burnt umber, maybe a little shadow underneath here. Just take a bit of red, highlight that roof a little bit more. Just put some red on top with some short strokes to give it some texture. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. I'll fix up that edge thereafter. So I'm just going to put a little shadow yellow. I'm sorry. I was going to put a little shadow of blue and red to make a purplish color. And that will be a little shadow from here. Just going to drag it on there. And I'm going to fix those trunks. I'm just using a flat brush. Okay. Then I'm going to take my burnt umber, straighten up my trees, because now it's all dry. I couldn't get to do anything before because it was all wet. Alright. Not on all the tree. I think I'm just gonna play around with this a little bit here. Got all that done. I'm going to put it in different places. Just trying to pick the best places that I think would make it look nice. Trees are better now. They were kind of too bare. Too bare. Branches or something out there to give it some, make it look a little, there we go. So you're always picking and touching, picking at it, right? Till you feel like you got the right shape or you got the right, you know. So there's nothing wrong with that. Play with it until you're happy with it, right? Because, you know, there's times when you think, oh, that's okay, I'll leave it alone. But then you're looking at it then forever and you're going, oh God, I should have fixed that little spot there. Or I should have, don't like the way that looks there and here or there. So you're better off trying your best to do whatever you can with it until you're happy. Just going to lay a little bit of highlight on top of these here with a bit of yellow and a little bit of white. Okay. I'm tapping very gently because, as you can see, some of my paint is falling off in blobs there. I don't want that. It's better. Just tap on a bit yellows here. Top of that. That's why it's important to have dark underneath, dark grass, so you can highlight it, right? Clean up. We already cleaned up that edge. We're okay there. I think this edge here needs to be cleaned up. See that? So just take a flat brush on your yellows and just clean that up in here like this. And we might need a little more grass around the bottom of those trees. See, I could do this like all night. The stuff there I see that I would like to do more things with, but I have to stop because I should be saying, when does this end? Around the tree there a little bit. Okay, there. Alright, so that's that. Of course, a little bit of highlight or something there. Whenever you put dark on, try to put a little layer of a light color, light, depending on what you're painting. You got green, layer it with some yellows, whites, light greens. Right, and then just clean up that edge. Just clean up that edge You can have a few flowers going up the path there if you want. Use your bristle brush for that now. Probably a little bit of reds and pinks, white, something like that. Maybe put a little bit. I don't want to overdo it, see? So I'm just going to, oops. So I'm just going to tap on, I'm going to clean it off a little bit, I get too much on there. Just going to tap on a few little, so you can barely see them. There we go, nothing fancy. Nothing fancy. Little flowers around the door there or something, you know. Go straight up, okay? Straight up. Straight up. Up. Vertical. Vertical. Right? Marvelous. I don't know if a little shadow would be nice here or not. I'm going to try it anyway. I'm going to use a flat brush. Shadow color of red and blue. Purplish color. Just wondering, I might ruin it. So I'm just going to make a watery color. I'm going to add water to it and clean off my brush. Just kind of shadow there for some reason. I don't know why I feel like it needs to be there, but I could be wrong. Seems like a little shadow goes here. I don't know. What do you think? Shadow underneath here. Make sure it's a glaze. Make sure it's watery, because you'll ruin it if you put on a thick coat of paint. Just gonna wipe that off a bit there, just so that it blends in better. So I didn't do very much. You can barely see it. Okay, so don't worry about that. I think that's all right. I was thinking that maybe I should add a little more green into the flowers here. It seems like there's too much too blobby. I'm just gonna, here we go, that's better because it's more defined. There we go, that's better. Don't want too blobby. Too many blobs. So if you ever get too many blobs, just put back some of the greenery. That looks more like flowers. Now, just want to do something with those windows. I kind of like this painting because it's kind of a cartoony feel to it, but that's fine. I don't see any, you know, because you have all kinds of styles. It could be a style. Cartoon type paintings is a style. I'm just going to define these windows a little more also. Put a little bit of trim on the edge here. That back in. That back in. I'm thinking, I'm not sure, but I was thinking maybe they're too dark. I'm not sure. That looks better, doesn't it? A little trim around it. There we go, that's better. Nothing wrong with that. That looks better. It kind of looks like it stands out better. I don't see anything wrong with that. The trees, I kind of like them because they're kind of loose, and they're just, but if you need to do anything with them, I'm just looking at those there now, and I'm thinking maybe I could add, because it's kind of same thing. You see, you notice, it's a good little lesson to show you that if you got something that is just like a blob, one big blob, then just put in some contrast, some darker colors, just to bring it out, so that you bring out the lighter colors more, you know, and give it a more depth, right? So whenever you got a problem with your trees, or like we did with the windows, you just have to add something else to bring them out more. So I'm kind of thinking maybe a little more darks here and there, and that will bring them out and give them more shape. See? So you just always look for contrast. If you don't see contrast, if you only see like one shade or one color, then you know that you need to put in some dark somewhere to offset that. So try to look at your painting and see what's wrong with it. If you see something is wrong, you'll know that you need to do something. A little bit there, give a little more definition. So I don't know, I think it's okay. There's a couple of things I'd like to add to it. I like to add some rocks and stones. You can add more stones to the house, but I'm going to leave that. That's kind of cute. So there we go. That's our finished painting. Now, like I said, you can finish it even more if you want to. You can add all kinds of things. It's a great start. A lot of my painting tutorials are for beginners, so I do it so that it makes it easy, and so that you can use this as a starting point to your painting, and you can add whatever you want to it. You can change things up, whatever you want to do, because it's so simple to get it started, and then you can do whatever you want after that. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you learned a lot. And if you have any suggestions, or you have anything else you want me to show you, just let me know, and I will see you in the next video. Bye from Allison Prior.